What is up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. Natalie here, and in today's video I'm going to be sharing with you the beginning of our meal plan journey. Yes, because we didn't used to meal plan in this house. In fact, this is the first time we're doing it, and let's see how that goes. We're just a family of two, me, my husband, and well, our dog, but she doesn't eat our food. So we're just gonna count it as a family of two for that purpose. And we basically go to the store, buy the things we like, and then come home and cook whatever we are in the mood for that day. Not only in the mood for eating, but also in the mood for cooking. And even though that's pretty awesome and it seems to work somewhat well for us, I've noticed that it has really been affecting our budget, because sometimes I just have to go to the store for one ingredient, or sometimes I get caught up in work or other things around the house and I did not plan anything for dinner. I did not thaw out anything because I didn't think of what I was gonna cook that day, and so we just end up going through the drive-thru for Chick-fil-A. And even though Chick-fil-A is awesome and delicious, doing it once a week is not the ideal scenario for the amount of money we spend on groceries in the store. Like, we have a saying in Spanish that says, we have food in the house. En la casa hay comida. So we don't need to be eating out all the time. And I've noticed that our eat outs have been increasing the less I meal prep. So I decided to go on the internet and do some research. And what you're going to see in this video is actually not something I came up with. I'm going to put her name here and her video down below. She gives awesome information on how to create your meal plan, and that's what I base myself off of for creating my own meal plan and future grocery shopping list. And what you're going to see here are printables that I came up with on my own. I did not use her own printables. You can do this in Canva as well. And if you don't know how to use Canva, if you're not in the mood for using that, you can always handwrite everything. I mean, you really don't need all those kinds of printables. But anyways, I'm going to show you what I did. I'm going to show you how everything is looking like, and maybe I can give you some new ideas on how to meal plan for your home, or maybe I can inspire you to do it in a different way if you have already been doing it. And without any further ado, let's just jump right into the video. All right, so here is my binder. I got this from the dollar store a while back. I didn't have to pay anything for it. I mean, just $1, but I already had it at home, so that's what I'm working with. And then here are my printables that I created for the month of October. I do have to go to the store and get something to punch holes on the paper, but for now, I'm just using the pocket that this binder comes from. And this is basically an overview of the calendar. I thought it was a great idea to have this at the beginning of your plan for the month, only because you can write down important dates of the month. Like, for instance, Luke's birthday is on the 27th, and then Halloween is coming up, and I do still have pending to write down other important things like the days of football and soccer games, because I know Luke is going to be watching those and he's gonna want to have like finger foods for dinner, so it's good to plan ahead. Also, you know, I can see here what to plan for his birthday and Halloween with many days in advance. So that's the first thing. So first thing is to make an inventory of everything that you have in your fridge and your freezer. I have not done it for my fridge. This took me quite a while to go through both of our freezers, the one in the kitchen and the one in the garage. So I wrote down everything that we have frozen that I can make a meal off of. We have a lot of food right now because we just went to the grocery store, to Sam's, to do our monthly meat stock up. So we are pretty stocked up right now. We don't need to go to the store and get anything. So this is pretty much what we have. And then later on today, if I have time, I will fill this up with the fridge section, which, you know, usually I'm pretty good at remembering what it is that I have in the fridge. So, and what it is that needs to get used up. But basically, you just have a quantity, an item, and the date for use by. The next thing is to do a inventory of everything that you have in your pantry. Again, using the same format, quantity, item, and use by date, which this was eye-opening. I did know that we have a large stocked up pantry, but I was not aware on how close some of the dates are when it comes to some canned goods. For instance, I have 1 can of cream of chicken soup that is going to expire on October 21st of this year. So I know that I need to be using this really, really soon. After you have all your inventory for the pantry, then you're going to proceed and just create your meal plan. So some of these things are in Spanish, like every day I have for breakfast eggs and smoothies, then just different types of lunches which are made off of leftovers, and then all of the dinners that I've come up with, stuff that I already have in my fridge, my freezer, and my pantry. This is going to be actually something that I'm going to be using next week. And when I go through these entire meal plan next week, I'm going to come up with different recipes, which I already have selected. This week, like I said, I just wanted to go off of things that I already had and I didn't have to buy anything. But next week, I am going to come up with different recipes, which I'm probably going to have to go to the store for a few ingredients. And once I know which recipes those are, I'm going to go ahead and write down the recipes here. And I'm going to write down the ingredients that I need to go get from the store right here. So this is empty. We're going to be filling this out throughout the next week. And I might want to document that because, like I said, this is all new for me. I've never done this before. So let's see how that goes. And then the last thing, which I found it was extremely helpful for the video that I did this from, is that she divides her grocery shop from, different sections at the grocery store. And why this is extremely helpful for me, because Luke hates to go to the grocery store with me and me going from one place to the other because I forgot different ingredients. So if I write down everything that I need from the produce section, I can just do one strategic trip throughout the grocery store without having to go back and forth and, having him completely annoyed by me. This is, again, completely empty. So far, we don't need anything. But yeah, this is where we're starting off from. So I'm going to go ahead and share with you some of the recipes that I've selected that I plan to do in the next 2-3 weeks so that you can see. So the first one I selected was this high protein creamy taco soup. I'm really in the mood for a creamy, chili, creamy taco soup. I'm kind of unsure about this recipe because of my husband. He's kind of picky with those kind of ingredients. So, I don't know if I'm still going to try this or not, but I have it printed out just in case. I printed this recipe for Parmesan ranch corn. I've heard really good reviews. This is from Six Sister Stuff. You guys, I kind of binge watch the videos from Six Sister Stuff and their Instant Pot recipes yesterday. I've found so many recipes that I want to try. So this is one that I printed from their website and I am so looking forward to try it. The next one, it's this black bean taco soup. This is a freezer meal, and I'm particularly interested in this one because you can turn it into a vegetarian soup. And I do have members of my family who are vegetarian, and I think they might be coming really soon. And so this is a good one to have in hand. And this is one that you can fix in the crock pot or in the Instant Pot. I'm going to link those recipes down below for you so that you can see them. The next one is an Instant Pot cream cheese chicken pasta. This is a good one to use up my cream of chicken soup, although I don't think I'm going to be fixing that this week, maybe next week, but I do have a good recipe out here for that. The next one is the Instant Pot 3-bean enchilada casserole. This is a vegetarian recipe, and again, super good one to have for those members of my family who don't eat meat. But the fact that it has a lot of beans make it super hearty, and it actually gives some protein since they're not eating the animal protein, if that makes sense. Then I hand wrote this other recipe as spicy pineapple chicken. Again, Six Sister Stuff is just killing it with the recipes, and I really want to try this one. And then, oh, there's another one back here. This is the stuffed pot roast, which also looking forward to try that one. I have a lot of recipes with pot roast, and I don't have pot roast. I don't have chalk roast in my fridge. And I'm this close to go to the store next weekend to get some chalk roast because I'm dying to try those recipes. I know I sound so contradictory saying that I want to use up the food that I have here, but I want to go out and buy more meat. Let's see how that goes. I mean, if I manage to stick to the plan this week, I might go ahead and treat myself to some chalk roast to try new recipes. But anyways, I have the root beer pulled pork. This one seems super interesting. Just 4 ingredients, you guys. I mean, come on. That looks super good. The next one is Instant Pot sweet and tangy meatballs. I've seen this recipe so much all over YouTube, and it's kind of calling my eye. I really want to try it. I don't have the meatballs, so this is going to be one for the future when I go to the store to buy meat and then I get the meatballs. But I mean, everybody that tries this recipe says this is beyond amazing. So, you know, I'm up for beyond amazing recipes, you know. And then the last one is this crock pot green chicken or chili chicken enchilada soup. And this is probably going to be the winner because this one has amazing reviews. And, you know, this is one that I'm probably going to try really soon. So I'm going to link all those links down below for you. And of course, whenever I try these recipes, I'm going to film that for y'all to tell you how my experience was, whether we liked it, whether we didn't, whether it's a no-go or it's a hit around our house, and which ones are the recipes to keep and for you to try at home as well. So after all the research I did, I came up with the conclusion that this system created by Kamiko from The Budget Mom is absolutely awesome. And I want to encourage you to go visit her video because, like I said, I did not come up with a system. She came up with it, and I'm just showing you what I'm doing and documenting my journey here on my YouTube channel. But she's awesome, and on her video, she also gives amazing tips on how to research for recipes on Pinterest and where to go find recipes for freezer meals, which I think is just mind-blowing. So go visit her video, and if you do want to download her printables, go ahead and do it because they're awesome, and I think she has them for free. But I did want to be able to customize my own printables. I wanted to be able to change the colors. I wanted to be able to add some flowers and whatnot. So I went on Canva and created my own, and I wanted to show you how you can do that if you want to create your own templates. Of course, you can always handwrite stuff. You don't need to be printing out anything. You don't need to be creating any templates, but we all need pretty things, right? And we all want different things. At least myself, I want something unique that nobody else has. So I'm going to show you how you can create on Canva for free your printables, and you don't even have to use that as an example for meal planning. You can use it for house chores. You can do it for all kinds of schedules, all kinds of plannings that you need, and it's all for free, which is the best part. So let's just jump right in. Welcome to Canva, you guys. So I use this platform for designing basically everything that I use for my YouTube channel and other projects. So I wanted to show you all the type of templates they already offer. So let's start by searching monthly calendar. And as you can see, they have several designs. You can customize them with the colors you want, the fonts you like. You can use the arts in the graphics you like. It's all completely customizable, but because those arts are larger in size and you want something that you can print into a regular sheet, we're gonna start with an A4 document. You saw me typing that and selecting the blank sheet to start from that. So once we have that, we're gonna go to templates and we're going to search for calendar again and see what pops up. So I like that one with the flowers, so I'm gonna go ahead and select that one. And because this is from January 2019, we're gonna go ahead and put it for the month that we want. In this case, I did this in October, so I'm gonna do October 2020. And you can just do it the way you like it. Like I said, this is completely customizable. If you wanted to change the colors, if you wanted to change the fonts, you can completely do that. So I put in there monthly meal plan to state that this is a calendar only for my meal plan, and I'm going to delete all the days in the calendar because those don't apply to October 2020. I'm going to select the squares for each day, and I'm going to put some color in. And the way that you can select all of these elements at the same time in Canva is by clicking on or pressing shift as you click with your mouse. So you can select all the days, and then we're gonna pick a color, and we're not gonna put any dates or any day. When we print out this template, we can just add the numbers of the days by hand, and that's going to be easy month by month as we need to reprint this template. So I went ahead and duplicated the sheet, and then I'm going to start by doing the freezer and fridge inventory template, which it's going to be pretty much you playing with whatever template it is that you want to use. In this case, it took me quite a minute to figure out what is it that I wanted to do. So I started by deleting the squares. At first, I thought I was going to work only with 2 columns, but then I ended up deleting every single square and just starting a design from scratch, which is something I can show you. You can definitely just put a blank square and make a space to write on, but I wanted to do it as a notebook kind of shape. So I inserted a square or the lines of the square, and by reducing the size, you actually thin out the lines. Once you have the lines thin out, then you give it the shape that you want. I shaped it into a rectangle, and I was gonna do 2 columns for notes. But at the end, I decided that I just was gonna do only 1 column to give you the example. And so I ended up making these cells a little longer. So I deleted the notes section that this template already had because we're not gonna need that in this section. And I'm just selecting a bunch of them with the shift key and the mouse, clicking with the mouse, and just copying and pasting like if you would do on Excel, which is Control-C, Control-V. Those commands will work on Canva. So like I was telling you, I ended up elongating each cell, and I ended up doing or making this into a very a long spreadsheet. So with those little fonts right there, I'm just gonna write quantity, item, and use by, and I'm going to place them pretty much, you know, kind of calculating or playing with the space. I inserted a line. I'm going to thin that line out, and then I'm going to bring it to 90 degrees, which is going to separate each section. And as you can see, I'm working with the document colors or the template colors. You can totally select the colors that you want. And if you do pay for the paid version of Canva, you can have your brand colors, which I have selected because I do pay for it, but you can do this in the free version. Absolutely. I mean, you don't have to pay for it. So I'm repeating the same step for the pantry, and then I'm going to proceed with the sheet of the meal plan. So I'm going to go ahead and delete everything here. Like I said, shift and then clicking the mouse, and then it's going to select them, and then I'm going to erase them. I'm going to take one rectangle and make it longer or wider, I guess longer anyways. So I'm going to make it so that you have more space to write in there, and then I'm going to duplicate that 7 times because we're going to be working with 7 meals a week unless you only want to meal plan for 5 meals a week. That's the beauty of just customizing stuff on your own. We ran out of space, so we are going to put all of that up by where the flowers are so that we have enough space to add 7 rectangles for our 7 days per week. So I'm adding a small square. I'm going to put it again into the brown color, and that's going to pretty much tell me which day of the week it is. So I'm going to put an M as for Monday, and then I'm going to duplicate that per day. And once I have everything, or once I'm happy with how they are lined up, I'm going to go ahead and just put T, W, T, F, S, and S as of for the days of the week. In the template from Budget Mom, she divided it into 3 rectangles per day to do breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I did that myself too in my own template. You can do it like that, or if you're just meal planning for dinners, then you can do only 1 rectangle like I'm doing here, or you can just write the 3 meals on each rectangle per day. It's going to depend on what you like, what you prefer, and what it is that works for you. I also wrote a week off right there so that it's easy to identify what week are you planning for and the dates and all of that. So I duplicated the page again, and this is going to be the grocery plan. So I'm going to go ahead and delete everything I did on the previous design, and I'm going to do a couple rectangles, but this time I'm going to make them longer. And this is going to divide into 2 sections, the section for the recipes and the section for the ingredients. So this is so that if you have an ingredient that you need to go get at the store that week, then you can go ahead and write it in that list. And then you have the recipe right next to it so that you know to which recipe that belongs to. And this is pretty useful. And that's why I think she's a genius. So I went ahead and duplicated that grocery plan, and then I'm going to go ahead and work on the sheet that will be the final grocery list. And I'm going to divide it into little sections to be able to classify that by category in the store. So I did it in very general lines. You can, again, do this. Like if you don't consume dairy, then you don't need a dairy section. Just put an example. So you can just customize it by the departments that you feel like you need to add the most. So in here, I'm just trying to figure it out, the squares and how to divide the sections in an equal way inside the page. As you can tell, Canva is pretty good at telling you precisely what's the middle of the page and what's aligned with the other section and all of that, which is why I love it so much. So once I'm happy with this first section, I'm going to go ahead and select everything as a group and just duplicate it for as many times as I can fit in my page, or for how many departments or categories I want into this page. So I'm doing it in a general way, so I'm only going to do 5 categories. In that last one, I'm going to turn into a smaller rectangle so that I can fit another section there. That one that I just deleted, I realized it was a little larger, so I went ahead and just duplicated another one over that space, and now everything looks perfect and very symmetric. So I added produce as the same category. The second one is going to be pantry. The third one is going to be meat. The fourth one is going to be dairy, and then the last one I'm just going to add others, so that you can write whatever it is that you need that is probably not even grocery related, but that you're gonna get at the store. So there it is, you guys. That's how you can create your own templates in Printables for your meal planning every week and every month. All right, you guys, that was everything for today. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope that you have enjoyed this video and learned something new today. Leave me in the comment section if you plan every week for your meals and what system do you use if you do so. Do not forget to go check the Budget Moms video out. And thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate your support. I really love having you here. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I really hope I can see you in the next one. Bye.